Hello everyone, it's your boy Pandas here again. I'm going to be showing y'all how to make a fully functional ELS car. This ELS car comes with lights, sirens, as well as accessories, which I have here. If we click play, you guys will be able to see how the car works. Give it 1 second. Alright, this is the car. If we hop into the car, you guys can hear that the sound. Guys, turn on the lights with J. Let's go the lights. Let's have sirens. Alright. Alright. So, since I do have a car that's ready. So, I'll be adding a vehicle from my files that I will be using. Is this it? Yes, it is it. Alright. We will be using this car. Okay, so first we will go ahead and put on the aesthetics. Go ahead and put on this little rack right here. Go ahead and drag this out of the PD others. And we're going to drag it over to our car. Now we will resize to our dithers. Alright, and now we will attach it to the car. In order to keep it connected to the car and it doesn't fall off, go ahead and click here, drag it into the body. You can also go ahead and group it inside of the body and call it PD accessories. Now go ahead and repeat the steps with any of your accessories. Okay, now that you have put all your accessories on the car that you want, you will now go ahead, go into the 2018 Dodge Charger, click on body, go down to your folder that has PD accessories, click on it, and if yours does not have anchor highlighted, click on anchor to have it highlighted in order to have the car's and the accessories hooked onto each other. Okay, now we will start on putting in our ELS starter pack. Everything that I have in this video will be linked in the description. Okay, once you have inserted the product that I have linked in the description called ELS starter pack, we will bring it down. We will click on ungroup and body. We will take the ungroup and body, bring it into our car, put it into the body, and then press Ctrl U to ungroup. Once that is ungrouped, you're going to drop down from in the light bar. You're going to click on the middle. You're going to drag the middle to the very front bumper and in the middle of your car. You will then go back to your ELS starter pack, drop it down, click on ungroup and drive seat, and then I'm going to be showing you another easier way to move things around. So open up your 2018 Dodge Charger as well. Make sure you have ungroup and drive seat selected, and come down here to properties. You'll click on parent, click on ELS starter pack, and bring the cursor to drive seat. You'll then click on that. Once that is done, click on the arrow again and click Ctrl U to ungroup. Now you should have a pickup siren control along with the frame and the scripts. Oof. Ctrl U if you did that. And they should all look like this now. Go into our body, you should see light bar, you have strobes, example script, on, remote event, and middle. Middle will hold all the sirens. Air horn, beep, priority, wail, and yelp. Alright. Since I will be keeping this video short, I will only be doing a couple things. I will be adding a light bar as well as a couple single lights in the back to cover everything that needs to be covered. Now we will go ahead and select the light bars we will be using. For me, I'll be using this one right here. We will go ahead and select it. To make it easier, click on the parent, scroll up, click on workspace. You'll then drag, resize, and align how you want it. We will then go ahead and get our second set. I will grab two. I'll grab one of these. Again, click on parent, scroll up, click on workspace. We'll then drag these, bring them to the back, and resize, realign, and put it where you want it to be. Alright, as you guys can see, I have put the lights where I wanted them to be. I'll now fix that a little bit. And we shall start working on the lights. Alright, real quick, I just want to show you guys what I'm going to be doing before I delete the PD others. I will go ahead and come over here, select a wheel that I will be using. Hopefully I can find, yep, there it is. I'm going to be using a 2000 and hopefully I can find the newer charger. Here, this is perfect. hit and click here. Take our parts, again, our parent. We will put it as workspace. Everything else here, that can go. Okay, now I'll show you guys the procedure for making the light bar and the lights stick onto your car. We'll select our light bar. Make sure the model is open. We're going to go ahead and call it light bars top. We will then drag it, bring it into our 2018 Charger. I'm going to drag it again, bring it into our body. Again, if anchor is not highlighted, click on it, make sure it is highlighted. We will do the same thing with the other two Wayland Avenger 2s. We will bring these, drag them into the body. As well as to make it a little bit easier and organized, we will go ahead and select the two backlights, as well as the top light bar. And we're going to go ahead and press Ctrl, Alt, and G to bring it into a folder. Then we will name the folder to light bars mesh. Alright. Then we will go into the light bars, click these two right here. We're going to go into one, and we're going to select this bigger one right here. That's the one where we're going to be using. The smaller one we'll go ahead and delete, and we should only have one left. We will go ahead and name this R1. We're going to do the same thing with this one. Select the smaller one, get rid of it. Select the bigger one. We're going to actually go ahead and call this B1. Make sure that the letters are capitalized. Alright, and again, I'll be going into our light bars mesh. We will then click on light bars top. Make sure that we rename every single one of the blues, every single one of the reds, and these two scenes, we will go ahead and put them as yellow. So these two scenes, I'm going to name them both yellow. Okay, so now we will come here and we will rename every single one of our blues. So this will be B1. Just to zoom in a little bit more, just select them. B2. And also, if you want to select just a single part, hold down Alt and hover over what you want to select. Alright, now we're going to do the same for the reds. Alright, so now for the yellows, we're going to find the one that's on the left, and we're calling it Y1. Then the other we'll call Y2. If you guys are wondering why my light bar changed, it's because the other one had too many segments, and it would crash the game if they all lit up at once. Alright, so now inside of our light bar mesh, we're going to open up our light bar top, and there should be this very first Wayland and Force light bar that should hold 3 mesh parts. If not, you're not using the same light bar as me, you're using a different one. If you're using a different one, you're going to go into the actual thing itself, and every single one of them that you did not name, R1, blue, B1, something like that, you guys are going to drag out, and you guys are going to bring that into the light bars folder. For this one, you guys will actually take the Wayland and Force light bar model itself and drag it into light bars mesh. And then we're going to do the same with this. Real quick, if you actually want to go ahead and make something easier, I'm going to click on this, and we're going to press Ctrl U to ungroup it. Now every single thing here, we can go ahead and group as one. We'll call it meshes. Alright, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to click multiple. So to select multiple, we're going to hold down Control and select the ones that we want to select. And then going to bring it down to the light bar model where it holds middle, remote event, on, example script, and strobes. I'm going to drag that in there. Now we're going to go ahead and take our light bar top, and we're going to go ahead and, to make it easier, we're going to go ahead and ungroup them one at a time. Also, if you're going into here and you see that there's 2 of them named the same, you guys are actually going to go ahead and just add one more letter. So we're going to go ahead and name this BB1. Then in here for the red one, actually let me go ahead and we're going to go ahead and name this one RR1. And there you go. So now let's go and make a pattern. Alright, in order to make a pattern, you guys will come into the light bar model, which is located here. You guys will click on the plus. You guys will insert a script right here. Do not use a local script, as that will break. You will then press Ctrl A to select all, or we're going to click backspace. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and open our example script. We're going to open this up, and everything that is in here we're going to copy except for these. So I'll go ahead and delete these to not distract us. Alright, so we'll go ahead and start off by copying this while, we're going to do ve, which is VEH, equals script dot parent. Okay, now we're going to do while true do. I'm going to click enter. That should bring it, and it should add an end. This is a while do script loop. Then we're going to put in wait. Okay. Then we're going to add parentheses, and we're going to put 0. After that, click enter. Make sure that you guys move over 1 to the right before you click enter. We will then type if script dot parent dot on dot value equals equals true, then alright, so now you guys have your main script. This is what we will be working with to do the light bar top script. We'll then go ahead and come over here, rename the script light bar top. And here is where your inner scripting demons will come to life. Since we have 8 blues, 8 reds, and 2 yellows, what we're going to go ahead and do is v dot b1, before we do anything, we shall go ahead and ungroup the light bar top. That'll give us a lot more stuff to work with. Alright, so v dot b1 dot transparency, I'm going to equal that to 1. Alright, so transparency, when you're adding transparency to an object, 1 is meaning that it is fully invisible. 0 is where it's completely visible. Alright, so now you will go ahead and copy this for every single brick you have in here. I'll do it with you so you don't have to worry about getting stuck. I'm sorry. v dot b2 dot transparency equals 0. Alright, we're gonna go for like a flash on, flash off, flash on, flash off type of pattern. So just follow along with what I'm doing. And if you guys want it to autocomplete, you guys are gonna press tab on your keyboard. So, for example, veh dot b4 dot transparency. If you don't want to type in the entire thing, press tab and it'll autocomplete it. Alright. Now, continue with what you're doing. Okay. So now, you guys will go ahead and press enter, and press enter again if you want it to be nice and neat. Now you will go ahead and do the reds. Alright, so here, don't worry, I just selected this so we can get it out of the way, instead of it popping up all these. Alright, so now, v.r1 dot transparency equals 1. We're going to go ahead and copy the script up here where it's 10 10 10 10 0, and we're going to do that for the reds. Oh shit, sorry. Alright, continue. V dot R6 dot transparency equals 0. V dot R7 dot transparency equals 1. And then V dot R8 dot transparency equals 0. Alright. And we're also going to go ahead, go down. We're going to do V dot Y1 dot transparency equals 0. Then V dot Y1 dot transparency equals 0. Okay. Now we're going to press enter. We're going to do wait, add the parentheses, 0 dot 1. Alright, now we will go ahead and select all this and press Control C to copy it. I'm going to press enter twice, then we're going to press Control V to copy it, to paste it. Alright, so now here we're going to change every single value here to the opposite. So 1 would equal 0, 0 would equal 1. Alright, so now we're going to come down here, we're going to do else, then we're going to click enter. We're going to take all this, just this, Control C, Control V, we're going to go ahead and delete the wait. Okay, I'm going to make everything equal 1. This will set the official light pattern to be off when it spawns in. Now, that's our very basic pattern. There you go. Now, we'll go ahead and close this tab. Alright. And here we can actually go ahead and delete the example script once you're done using it. And then if we go ahead and go over to the lights, B, we're going to turn every single B to cyan, turn every single R to terracotta, and then both these yellows will be turned in to gold. Then select all these, go ahead and click on material and turn them all to neon. Then the transparency for all of them we're going to set to 0. And there is your lights. Alright, so now after that we will go ahead and play it real quick. If we click play here. Alright, so now here is the car. Uh-oh, why did it not stick? Alright, so if we come back over here, come here, make sure our light bar, everything should be anchored inside our light bar. Okay. Now we're also going to come to our meshes. We're going to click on meshes and make sure that it's all anchored. Okay. So now let's try it again. I'm sorry, I just tested it and it did not work. What we're going to go ahead and do and figure out what the problem was is that it's in a folder. It cannot be inside of a folder. So we're going to press Control U. That should bring it right out of the folder. Now it should work if we click play here. Alright, and now as you can see, our light bar and our lights are both inside of our thing. Alright, and now to go ahead and do our rear lights here. Okay, so let's go ahead and go into our light bar model. We're going to open these up and we're going to see that BB1 is in blue and RR1 is in red. Let's go ahead and click on these, click on U, and create a new script. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and do the same script that we're going to be using for our light bar top, but we're going to be using v equals script dot parent. Okay, so while true do wait 0, then if script dot parent dot on dot value equals true, then alright, so with this we're now going to go ahead and create the back and forth for two blue window lights. I'm going to do v dot, let's create ourselves some room first. Okay, we're going to do v dot bb script up here. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back up here. I accidentally spelled it W-E-H. It's V-E-H. Okay. So now if we do v dot bb1 dot transparency equals 0, and then there we go. Then we're going to do v dot r1 dot transparency equals 1. We're going to do wait, wait 0.1. Now we're going to go ahead and click enter twice, then veh dot bb1 dot transparency equals 1, and then v dot bb2 dot transparency r1 dot transparency equals 0. do another weight. So weight 0.1. And then we're going to press enter twice. Then we're going to do else. Click enter twice again. Then we're going to do v dot bb1 dot transparency equals 1. Then v dot bb v dot r1 transparency equals 1. Alright, so now you can go ahead and name this script to rear window. Alright, we're going to go ahead and make bb1 into cyan, then r1 into terracotta. Click both of these, make sure they're both neon. Transparency will be set to 0. Alright, so now if we click play here, we have our vehicle. We can go ahead and click stop. And now if you guys want to change the wheels, let me go ahead and click this. I'm going to go to lighting, go to time of day, 12, and there we go. Now it's just lighter outside. Okay, so here is our rims. Let's go ahead and click on parts. Just gonna go ahead and alright, never mind, we don't need to scale it. Alright, but we're gonna go ahead and click here, and we're gonna click Control R twice. So we're gonna go ahead and go into the parts, and we're gonna go ahead, click double-sided check, so it's more realistic and you can't see through the sides. Okay. We will now go ahead and click here. I'm sorry, no, not there. I'm gonna go to our 2018 Dodge Charger. We're gonna click on wheels. Okay, see these? I'm gonna go in here. I'm gonna go into parts. I'm gonna delete. This is stock rims. Do not delete the FL, FR, RL, or RR. Just gonna go into the part. We're gonna click on parts and drop it down. I'm gonna click on Regamaster and delete, or whatever's there. Just click on delete. So parts is empty. Well, we're gonna do that 2 more times. Alright, so now you should have a vehicle without wheels. Don't worry if you guys do not see this blue, pink, and yellow thing. Don't worry, it's just because I'm using a my own built A chassis. Alright, so now for our wheels, I'm going to click the wheels. We're going to move them over here. Okay, so this is going to be the front right. I click on front right, right here. We're going to come down here. We're going to look for the origin. And we're going to click on the position. We're going to copy that. So Control C. Okay, and then we're going to come in to here. Okay, we're going to click on all these. And we're going to click on origin position. We're going to click Control V. And there you go. Just like that. You guys now have the rim. Okay, then we can go ahead and click on these. We're just going to drag them out just a little bit. Okay, now we can actually just go ahead and make that a little bit bigger, a bit thicker. Then again, we're going to come into here, down here, order position. Okay, just like that. We're going to select the parts, make sure that everything is anchored by clicking on the anchor. Bring the parts into the front right parts. Alright, now we can go ahead and duplicate this, drag it to the back. Okay, get the rear right, which is RR, drag it into the parts. Get the rear right's origin position by clicking here. And then we're going to click here, select all three of these mesh parts, click origin position, and we're going to paste. So now it looks like that. Alright. So now, if we click on the parts real quick, we can go ahead and drag out our wheels. Right there. Right front, right. Alright, and then we're going to do the same for the back. So we're going to go ahead and duplicate these. We're going to come over here, press Control R twice. That should flip it to 180 degrees. Okay. So now, front left, parts. You're going to go ahead and click on the front left, origin position, copy into here, origin position, we're going to paste. There you go. Now we're going to duplicate this, drag it over here, rear left, which is RL, we're going to put that in there, into the parts. Now you click here, click origin position, we're going to copy it. We're going to come into these parts, we're going to select all of them again, and paste in the origin position. Just like that. And now if we go ahead and get our parts, we can actually go ahead and drag it out. So now we have our parts out just like that. Okay. Now you should have that. Okay. Put these all back up. And let's go test it. Alright. So let's go ahead and get into the car. Okay. Lights working. Alright, so it works. You can find this as well as a bunch of other models on my Panda Model Hub. I sell things for cheap. If you come down here to our shop, we have cars. We have the one. We have one of these 2022 Dodge Charger Demons. Really nice. We have a Range Rover. We have a Hellcat, and a bunch more. We also offer some free things. For those of you who create roleplay servers, we have a vehicle spawn system, and then we have a handcuff system. We will also have maps coming out in the far future. We have one map out that is an SCP Site 44. I also have my friend's game right here, which was never finished. We also have an ELS car, one that I've made myself. UIs, we have a loading screen, customizable. Then we have an entire UI system here. If we come over to our buildings, I have a nice little garage that I made, as well as our military buildings. I have a Marine Corps front gate. Also, come and check out my TRS fan club, where I'll be starting to make a new Discord for my YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys later.